Trelawney from start finish and beyond.
Denise Gomez, producer of Inside of Your community platform where information is guaranteed. Join me on Mondays at 5 on Fit 96.7, fitfmja.com, Trelawney's Radio, your life, your music, for exciting features within the diaspora. And hear what's on our minds. It's live at 5 on Fit 96.7, fitfmja.com.
Saturdays at 4 p.m. Join Fit FM 96.7 fitfmja.com for a simulcast of Primal Sports, an interactive sports program produced by Primal Media and presented by top sports activists. So tune in to a simulcast of Primal Sports on Fit FM 96.7, fitfmja.com, and primal4k.com.
Blessings and light, this is I-Maa-Ra, the musical revolutionary. You're in host and the community buzz on Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music. This and every Monday at 3 p.m. From the home to the community to the wider world. Let us be the change we want to see. Join me this and every Monday at 3 p.m. on the community buzz on Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music. Blessings and light, this is I-Maa-Ra, the musical revolutionary. You're in host and the community buzz on Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music. This and every Monday at 3 p.m. From the home to the community to the wider world. Let us be the change we want to see. Join me this and every Monday at 3 p.m. on the community buzz on Fit FM 96.7, your life. Fit mind, fit body, fit community, fit world. This is I-Maa-Ra, the musical revolutionary on the community buzz on Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music.
Before God and all mankind, I pledge the love and loyalty of my heart, the wisdom and courage of my mind, the strength and vigor of my body in the service of my fellow citizens. I promise to stand up for justice, brotherhood, and peace, to work diligently and creatively, to think generously and honestly, so that Jamaica may, under God, increase in beauty, fellowship, and prosperity, and play her part in advancing the welfare of the whole human race.
Struggle goes on. We are the builders of the pyramids. We are the builders of the stone cities of Zimbabwe. We build them White House. We build them factories. With blood, with sweat, with tears. With flesh, with bones. Them use build them economy. Now them want come con you and me. With them science and them technology. We make them take with knowledge. Now them are deafly. Them are blindly. We are walk, we are ride, we are drive, we are fly. Nah look, nah see. Eyes focus on the screen of an iPhone, Galaxy, tablet, Blackberry. Wake up, look. Uno no sister them are buried with. Ancestors crying out. Them are weak, you see we heading back to slavery. robotic, digital, technological slavery. The rich take them session, call it recession, left the world in depression. Legal and illegal drugs and alcohol on the rise, in their interests. To our demise, we patronize, now become marginalized, make fools seem wise, because we abide them lies and sell with light, prostituting our sons, daughters, and wives. Marcus did rise, Sam Sharp did rise, Bogle did rise, Taki did rise, Queen and Zinga did rise, Harriet Tubman rise, Rosa Parks rise, Malcolm X rise, Frederick Douglass rise, ancestors rise. Eileen Thomas said, I-Maa-Ra rise, organize, mobilize.
Yes, ancestors rise. And we see where the ancestors them arise up in the earth there right now. We see the ancestors rising up in Africa because those Africans are the ancestors that gone before them. We give thanks. Yes, today is Monday the 14th of August, my month. Yeah. So we are counting down to that birth date. Yes, right, see? So we're there on the community buzz and we want to heal up all of the people them, you know, who full joy their independence and their emancipation, you know, as some people might see it as, you know, their emancipation and independence. Some celebrate it, some don't. Yeah, but so many things happen over that weekend, last weekend, so many things, you know. Here in Falmouth, you know, we see, you know, Live Good was good on Friday. Yeah. I was a part of that. Big up all of the musicians and the artists and, you know, all of the people with their craft and, you know, everything that was a part of the whole process to make Live Good, you know, be what it was last Friday. So we want to shout out to the MP because it is her initiative and, you know, there's a lot of support. So we give thanks when community support, you know, the initiative of members of parliament. And if a member of parliament, beautiful thing to be. So Tova Hamilton, you know, salute for what you have done Friday. And not just Friday, but not just Live Good Friday, but it was Friday again, yeah, at Hague Community Center or Hague Agricultural Ground. Yes, it was a back to school give out, and that was beautiful. I passed through and I see a lot of children, so, you know, we could say thousands of children, you know. So it was a beautiful thing, you know. The MP is out there doing what she's doing, you know, so it is the people, you know, have to see and to continue to support and to let their voices are if they are not satisfied. It's all about communication in any relationship, whether within the home, you know, within your community, you know, within politics, within business. You know, the key to keep things going is proper, you know, open, transparent, let me use a term, yeah, communication, you know, with respect, you know what I mean? Because the communication must be respectful. Yes, so we want to heal up the people over Primal 4K, you know, because the community buzz is simulcasting on Primal Media.com, www.primal4k.com. Yeah, heal up Nehima, heal up Joel, Mu Young, and all of the listeners and those who are in the chat over there right now. See? So we give thanks. And then GSCDC on that same Independence weekend, you know what I mean? She was in the square, you know, it was a beautiful vibration. You know, the people them come out and go, you know what, in Kingston. Grand Gala. See, so many things happen, you know what I mean, right across the country. And the Independence weekend. And we see it segue into this weekend. So many things are happening across the world, you know. You see what is happening in Africa, you know what I mean? The people them decide, say they want to get out the UN, they want to get out the USA, they want to get out all those foreign colonizers with their puppet government or their puppet governments that are always there, work where this community, economic community of West Africa states, call it what it is, you know. So ECOWAS decides that they want to defend democracy. But we hear these things and we have to laugh, you know, because the people stood up, they rose up against a government with them beliefs they're not serving their interests. But one thing you are talking about is protecting democracy. While that democratic or democracy that you are trying to protect is serving the interests of foreign interests rather than the people. But the people have said, no, we're not into that. See? So you have a coup, see? And coup most time come out of army leaders or, you know, are people who always have certain kind of power, or sometimes it is revolutionaries, you know, who decided that, you know, the voting thing not really going to work because those who are in power know how to rig vote and to control vote, and then them sell it to you as a democratic process that you must follow, you know. So these are the things that are happening, and we have to pay attention, not just to not what is just happening in Africa, but what is also happening within our region here in Jamaica. You know, look and see whose interest when we, you know, democratically elected government, whose interest the government really serving? Is the interest of the people or the interest of people who call themselves investors and foreigners who are here, and government putting in laws and regulations, you know, to regulate the movement and the activities of the citizen in the interest and to the detriment of the people, but in the interest of those so-called, I'm definitely using this term, so-called investors, because they are taking out more than all they are putting in. You know what I mean? They are exploiting the labors and the resources of our country, you know, especially the human resources. You drain them and leave them with nothing, and then you still control, you know, the capitals that are here, which is the natural resources, the lands and the beaches and all of these things, and the people can't even full joy to the max. So there's so many things. We see in the music fraternity, some things are going to, you know, we see Eternal look out against, you know, that company where people always are look out against, you know what I mean? And taking them to court, you know, it is alleged, like we said that, because we need to talk the name of the company. It is alleged that VP not dealing with the artists them properly. Over the years, it's always complained. And we see Bounty Killer come out and I say push them out. Seeing, and he was talking in the community, you know, that he grew up in, and the community that make him become who he is now. Seeing, so he brought a couple of his colleagues into that community, the Lamar, and you know, and you can just think of to see if there is contradiction, because when we listen to Bounty song them and Bounty performance is gangster. You understand? And now you are telling, you know, gangsters to cool, and you are telling you know, on the people to push about, or is them artists are serious? Me as an artist, I don't want people believe say me not serious. So me have to defend that aspect of it. You know, so when we say artists, I behave. Years ago, one of my brethren look at me and say, I-Maa-Ra, you know, say the artist they're worse than politician. You know, you're artist still, you know, I-Maa-Ra, but me I tell you the truth. Artists are the worst set of people. Them. And of them I mash up the country more than anything. I tell, you know, what kind of story we want to highlight, you know what I mean, and how we are highlighting the story, what impact do, you know, we want those stories to have on the consciousness of the people. You know what I mean? So call it up Jamaica. So he might go come on and he might go tell you what up Jamaica is up to. See? But before we go there, so we always have to have principles of Kwanzaa. And we salute and honor the founding father of this movement, Umoja. See? Because you know it means unity to strive for and maintain unity in family, community, nation, and race. Today we want to look at Ujima, collective work and responsibility. And that is what we are talking about, the responsibility of us all to take care of ourselves, to take care of our family, to take care of our community, and to take care of our country. And these are the things that we must, you know, pay attention to. So Ujima, collective work and responsibility, to build and maintain our community together and to make our brothers and sisters problems, our problems, and solve them together. You understand? That's the principle that we must live by, the principle of Ubuntu, the principle of Ma'at. And this is what we are talking about. We see it happen, you know. So what we are going to do now, we are going to go across and play a piece of song from yours truly. This one called Rise.
The cry of the oppressed, the cry of the downtrodden man. Brothers and sisters, we got to, yes, rise up, rise and tall. Don't you bow and fall. Evil men will fight you down, even when you're back against the wall. Rise up, rise and tall. Don't you bow and fall. No matter what they say or do, think big, don't think small. People working so hard and yet underpaid, and to mount situation that's just first aid. Depression and stress when the bills can't be paid. Still me nah go falter, nah go fade. Got to move ahead in life no matter what it takes. The chains and the barriers, you know we gotta break. My eyes are open, and now that I'm awake, now go make you eat up the cake. Rise up, rise stand tall. Don't you bow and fall. Evil men will fight you down, even when you're back against the wall.
Yes. Rise up, rise stand tall. You know what I mean? Don't bow, don't fall. Evil men will fight you down, even when you're back against the wall, you know. So we are rise and stand tall. You know, from what I go through, you know, the book called The Master Key, seen by D. Lawrence. And we are observe some deep things, seeing because you see, man have to develop themselves, you know. And if man will develop themselves and understand the power within, because everything we man do, you understand, is creation. If you find yourself in a low vibration, you create that low vibration. If you find yourself in a high spirit, it's you who create that high spirit. If you see yourself in a poverty, you created your own poverty. If you see yourself go through all sort of turmoil, the first thing you have to check is really yourself. You don't check anything else, no, but not even the society around you. You understand? You must check yourself. So you wait, I say, the mental outlook determines the physical one. One's circumstances are always the visible result of one's thought. All actions are the outcome of our thoughts. Therefore, our environment is self-created. See, we must pay attention to these things. See, and we must understand delarance. And some people say delarance in a Jamaica. You know, say it was a big thing about delarance, you know. Because when we little boy go to school, you know, we used to say a man did go foreign and go make some mistake with delarance, you know. And me I tell you, say all in furniture, them just go through the window and them something there. And people say delarance is a dangerous man. But here we know, I want people to check out the master key by delarance. Same because it's deep. You understand? And it is not just the master key, but there are many literature, you know what I mean, that can help you to find yourself and go deeper within yourself, you know, along with some things where, you know, it's everyday things. The people, and we say rule and masters the world, them understand the whole thing of faith in self. And if you don't have that something in yourself, then where you're going to be if you're full of doubt and them things. So this is what we're going to talk about now, because I see my brethren I-Maa-Ra, I take on politics. Some want to know how much faith he has in himself and faith in the people, you know what I mean? Because that's a very, you know what I mean, struggling thing when you have to deal with so many minds and so many concepts and so many ideas, and you are putting forth your own, and you have to convince people that what you are saying will work for them. You understand? And you have to also listen. Let me say, a good leader, you know, must be a good listener and also a good follower. See? So, how you doing, my brethren, I-Maa-Ra? It's fine with, but
boy, I'm there on that country, you know.
As I said, it is the community
country.
And Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music. We are on the world wide web, www.fit. Mine are the dopey them on our country. You feed the ancestors them.
Well, it's the coolest spot on the land right. It's the coolest spot on the land right now. So, I think it's.
All right.
Can you hear me?
I'm hearing you. Continue.
No, I said,
right.
You know, I
don't know where I go, Mark. Maybe we're going to go to the phone line, because it seems like the internet will give us some challenge. And if the internet will give a challenge, you don't want to itch by anything. See?
Right, okay.
So.
All right.
Listen.
The cry of the oppressed, the cry of the downtrodden man. Brothers and sisters, we got to, yes, rise up, rise and tall. Don't you bow and fall. Evil men will fight you down, even when you're back against the wall. Rise up, rise and tall. Don't you bow and fall. No matter what they say or do, think big, don't think small. People working so hard, then yet underpaid, and to mount situation that's just first aid. Depression and stress when the bills can't be paid. Still me not go fault and I go afraid. Got to move ahead in life no matter what it takes. The chains and the barriers, you know we gotta break. My eyes are open and now that I'm awake, now go make you eat up the cake. Rise up, rise stand tall. Don't you bow and fall. Evil men will fight you down, even when you're back against the wall. Rise up, rise stand tall. Don't you bow and fall. No matter what they say or do, think big, don't think small. Uplift yourself from poverty and shame. No more self-pity, the victory must claim. The ancestors' blood must never go in vain. We have the power of the soul. and the rain. As we build in the street, we not go for one retreat. We know the struggle bitter, we know say it no sweet. We trample corruption under we feet. Climb it to the highest peak. Rise up, rise. Stand tall, don't you bow and fall. Evil men will fight you down, even when you're back against the wall. Rise up, rise, stand tall, don't you bow and fall. No matter what they say or do, think big, don't think small. Yeah.
Yes. It's a faith in self is the key to success. Doubt of self is the cause of failure. Yes, and we're there. As we say, want the people to call in 876-478-9144. Yes, Mark. 876-478-9144, 876-513-6668. See? So you can call in there, you know what I mean? Mark, how you looking? You still under the cotton tree?
It can. I did before. Okay, I did before, but it's okay.
Mark, I'm hearing you. You hearing me?
Oh, can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, I'm hearing you clearly. You're still under the cotton tree?
Okay, good. Still under country, brethren.
You did feed the ancestors then before you sit down?
Well, I mean, it's a different time now. It's it can be symbolic in a way. If it depends on how you look on it. This is the tree that has been used to send a message to people who have not conformed.
Okay.
And here it is. I'm a non-conformist from day one.
Some of the ancestors them who live on that cotton tree was non-conformist too, so that's why you have to feed them.
Well, yeah, we learn from their mistakes, we learn from their mistakes and figure out how to navigate the cotton tree,
Yeah.
So,
and some of the thing is not really mistake, it's just lessons that they are planted there that we learning from. So what we call mistake are just lessons. You see it?
Right.
Yes.
Well, I was listening to you earlier. You said, you want to hear what my message was, All
right, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Give me a chance. Let me, So before you tell me what your message is, we want the people to get, a knowledge of who Mark Renaissance Cameron is. Why Renaissance? Me always wonder that part there. What is Renaissance? When you say Mark Renaissance Cameron, what do you mean?
Well, about 20 years ago, I was doing a cooking show at my restaurant in California, the Caribbean Grill.
Oh.
And a brother from Fox came in and he saw the artwork on the wall.
Yeah.
He realized I was a chef. He realized I build the furniture in the restaurant. We do the sign.
Yeah.
I print the T-shirts.
Okay.
The music business. So him say, you're like a real Renaissance man. At the time, I did my jerk sauce. I had my jerk sauce in 400 stores in California.
See.
So
you start right there. So you start right there. So you're sure with
what me can do still. I mean, it's really about being confident about your journey.
Yes.
And not being afraid and being unafraid and not having anybody tell you what you can do. So I've been told a lot of things. For instance, when I went to JC and Calabar, but I ran for Calabar.
See.
No, I did one of the most difficult races to run, which is hurdles, 110 hurdles.
What?
No, a man just tell me, say, boy, you can't do hurdles because it's too hard. I say, what? I'm going to try hurdles. I'm going to come and say, I like the hurdles. And that's what I did at the stadium.
See.
So I'm unafraid of things that are difficult because it's either can be done or it can't be done.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to prove to myself it can be done.
It can be done.
When I realize that it can't be done, then I can walk away without that burden of what if, you know?
Aye.
So that has been who I who I am, over the years, and I don't really listen to what people tell me, you know. A while ago, not to get jump into what and why, but you mentioned my message to the people, you know.
See.
And really, I want to just do a smart correction. My message is actually people's message, you know, because me not say nothing that them know, them don't feel I want to hear about, that don't know. It's just that it has not been articulated to them in a manner that is real and coming from a place of integrity and love.
See.
So my message is not really my message. The people's message is emanating through me, you know. So mine over the many years that I've been looking at my country and realizing that we have the potential to do great things, you know, that our DNA is greatness.
Mm-hmm.
The people that we are that have suffered the transatlantic trade, for some not all before.
Sure.
But many of us have been enslaved, and we have endured. So it's the fittest of the fittest that have actually made it to these islands.
Mm-hmm.
And the proof is in how we have exceeded their expectations of us.
True.
They never know, so we'll be that great in many things that we have been given the opportunity to try.
True.
If we do not allow our people, every Jamaican, to have equal opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll give you a good example. See, represent Jamaica. If we only used all the people that are out of Kingston, we'd only have Shelley and Fraser and a couple people now.
Sure.
If we only allowed Kingstonians to be athletes for Jamaica,
mm-hmm.
we'd only have Shelley and Fraser. But if we rope in Trelawney, if we rope in St. Elizabeth,
yeah,
you bring Morbay, you bring in a Usain Bolt, Mandeville, you bring in the sister who does who have the fastest time up on 100. What's her name again? It eludes me right now. From Manchester.
Sherika, that's what she name.
No, Sherika is in the mix, but there's another one. She's from Mandeville, man. Harrier, what's her name again? Ilian.
Our Ilian Thompson, you talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what woman said here, right? That's an excellent model for why we need inclusion.
See.
We have to include everyone in Jamaica in the process. Equal education, equal access to the law, equal justice all the way around. Injustice
mm-hmm.
against another, accepted injustice against another means injustice against you.
True.
So it's only a matter of time where it comes your way.
True.
Now, to get back, there's a lot to talk about. So to get back to what I understood your question to be, why me at this point? I can say to you that I do love my country.
Yeah.
I was uprooted
mm-hmm.
based on lies about our country going communism.
Yeah.
And uprooted from my school.
Sure.
And sent to a foreign country that I knew that as an adult I was going to spend all the time that I could getting educated
mm-hmm.
and prepared for the return to my country.
See.
When I came back 20 years ago, I used to come back and forth, check out things as I, made my way towards enlightenment and a greater understanding of life.
Right.
I realize that the dysfunction we have is because of government and their alliance with our former oppressors. The successive governments we have gotten since so-called independence has not been in favor of the people, but the colonizers. Their faces are like us, but they're not with us. And you know, when you really check out what's going on,
yeah,
I realize that we're slowly losing the Jamaica that we had in some context, because in some part of Jamaica before was not good. But there's a community spirit, the real Jamaican spirit, where you mentioned it a while ago about the African philosophy.
It is Kwanzaa.
I am because of you, right?
Yeah.
No, I remember as a youth that if we're building our house today, everybody is on board in helping us to build our house.
Yeah.
If we are planting ground, if a man a planting ground, everybody there.
Yeah.
They might cook a pot of food, enough niceness, everybody I help. And it's a real community spirit that we had as Jamaicans. You know? When we check it out, say that spirit is going away slowly but surely. No, in the cockpit here, because some describe by Jamaican, that equity that we've had, that our parents created and ancestors created for us, we're slowly losing it because we are now controlled by mass media, mass information, and all the other isms and schisms that have come into play.
Yeah.
So we have not been the essence of the Jamaican spirit is not handing down in sufficient quantity that can make a difference in this dispensation.
All right.
So
all right. Cause you're a politician, you will just go and talk because it's politics. See? So we are going to reason. See? I used the term early on, see, of loving Jamaica. And it become like a cliche now. Everybody say them love Jamaica. If you listen to all of the gangsters, them will kill people. Then we tell us, boy,
them love
Jamaica, See? So the worst of the worst who even want to destroy the country, we tell us, them love Jamaica. And them not going nowhere because I feed them place. See? Now, this is a task to the eye. How you are going to differentiate from those people who claim them love Jamaica, but them only love Jamaica because of personal interest, but them don't love Jamaica beyond their personal interest. When you enter, entering politics. See, I'm going to want you to go into that a little more that the people can understand. What interests you really have pertaining to making the change that you would really want to see. Just like what we said on the community buzz, be the change that you want to see. Now you're putting yourself forward now. I want you to tell us, differentiate first. When you say you love Jamaica and some of the things that you would like, you personally, to see happen. We just want that clarification.
Well, I can answer that easily because loving Jamaica is not about the landscape alone, it's the people, because without the people, Jamaica is not Jamaica.
All right.
And without the land without the people, Jamaica is not Jamaica.
See.
When it becomes a burden, when you understand the challenge that we have in our country and it's a burden to you, you get a greater understanding that if I didn't really care about Jamaica, then I wouldn't be burdened by the problems that we're experiencing. Because I have good health care. I have all the things that I need. But there's a song that comes to me all the time from a brethren named Luther Vandross, where him say, I'd rather have bad times with you than good times with somebody else. That's how I feel.
Okay.
I can be elsewhere and not be challenged with the problems that I'm experiencing today, being in my own country.
Mm-hmm.
So knowledge is also a burden. I was given a good education, and if you understand the challenges that we're facing in our country, if you understand them, and you're not able to make changes on behalf of our people and yourself, because it's a you preserve yourself too, because what we're trying to do is really self-preservation as well as the people that are with us.
Yeah.
So when you understand the challenges out there, right, and you know that you with help of the like-minded can make a difference, why wouldn't you not try? Why would I sit back knowing that I can do better for my country and not do it? That's just wicked.
Yeah.
So yeah, people that will sit on the side, I call them enablers.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people like talk about them in politics, but I want to tell you something. I have news for them. Everybody in Jamaica right now is involved in politics. Because if you don't vote, you're involved in politics. If you do vote, you're involved in politics. And if you keep quiet, you are an enabler. So you are also involved in politics. People like to use that buzzword and say, boy, you don't like politics, you don't like politics. But guess what? The bottom line is that politics is how the structure of your government. That's why them can lock you down and say, boy, you can't move between certain time, because that's the structure that you have in place.
Mm-hmm.
So if you believe that you can just, as them said, just a galang,
yeah,
and nothing can do you, when you have man over there so with their own intentions, with your own diabolical intentions, you can be affected by politics. So for me, I'm burdened because I believe that we can do better.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go back to our athletes again. I'm going to go back to them again. One of the reasons why we have the greatest athletes in the world is because of equal opportunity. As an athlete myself, I had to do development meets, with the sports day at Calabar and JC, with the Gibson relays. Then I was yanked out, I migrated. But I'm saying to you, all our athletes had to go through the same process. And they were selected because of their performance. In our country, anybody can be a politician, but not everybody can be a leader. So today, to me, them look it coming like say, boy, it's a gig.
See.
It's a 9-to-5 job for them.
All right.
It's not a spirit of commitment.
All right. So hear this now. Differentiate a politician from a leader. As you said a while ago, everybody can be a politician, but it's not everybody can be a leader. Now, that's a strong argument right there. So, see? Differentiate that. Break down that people can understand where you really say when you say everybody can be a politician, but it's not everybody can be a leader.
Well, a good leader,
mm-hmm.
because you have good leader, and you also have bad leader too.
Yeah.
So we can, first of all, a leader must have empathy for the people that he or her is trying to lead. Right? You must have empathy. You must care about people.
First you must care about yourself.
No, I understand. Well, that's a given, because hold on. That's a given, because you can't care about nobody unless you care about yourself. But there's another level.
Yeah, some people. Hold on, Mr. Man. You know, say you have some people will tell you how much and care about you, and when you look, you see how them carry themselves, and you say, but you can't care about me. And when you look on some of the politicians, them where tell us they care about them country with some big belly and then just you I mean them whole mindset that you can't care for the people when you're yourself don't even know carry yourself. I mean, you're sick, you know. And when I say sick, me not just talk about physical sickness, but if you're sick mentally, it is going to also affect you physically. And if you observe how some of these people operate, the things that coming out of their mouth,
right.
You know, say them don't even care about what they must say. And if your utterance is coming from your thoughts, you know, and if it is polluted, it means that your mind is polluted. So we have to really, you know, make serious clarity when we talk about a good leader and a bad leader and empathy for the people. So that's why I say you have to see that first in them. The people must can identify how them deal with them family, how them deal with themselves, you know, before them say, boy, this man will deal with me in a upful way because me see how him deal with him wife and him picnic them and me see how him deal with him own self and in community. So you can go ahead, me just point out that, you know.
Well, that's the first part of a few that I was able to mention. A good leader should have empathy for the Jamaican people.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Jamaican people. A good leader should have vision. Okay?
Yeah.
A good leader should understand the people that they're trying to lead.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, a leader acts on behalf of the people. You can't get up on a leader and there's nobody behind you. That don't mean you're out there with a banner of liberation and survival. No, you lead yourself. Now, like I said to you, if you understand the challenges that we have in our country and you have identified solutions, it is the responsibility of a good leader to offer selfless advice.
Yeah.
In other words, advice that resonates with the people and working hand in hand with the people. In other words, you can't go on like you're like an occupier. These people that are there right now, they're occupying force. Mm-hmm. They don't even live among the people. Which is why that's the criteria for all of Jamaica candidates, that they must be presented to us by the people. We don't present candidates to anybody. We go in the community. We have town hall meetings with elders and everybody, and they decide among themselves who they would like to lead them. Yeah. And once those are identified by those people that we believe can facilitate a sustainable governance,
right?
Best practices, as well as a recall option that the people can remove non-performing MPs if they choose.
All right, before you go into because this sounds like you're going to your political mandate or your political manifesto where maybe you want to put together. See, right. So before we go into the political manifesto or the agenda that you and your team, let the people know, right, the movement that you presently are a part of now, right? That's what we want the people to know, you know what I mean? Because you are not a part of the PNP and you are not a part of the GLP. There's you are a part of the leadership of that new movement. Is this movement a coalition movement or it is a single party? Let the people understand clearly what movement that you're a part and the newness of that movement.
Okay, just for transparency, I was the first vice president of the UI many years ago. I was asked by the leader to be the leader. And I told him I have no interest in politics, but I would support any other entity that is for change in our country.
Tell the people what UIC mean.
UIC was the United Independence Congress.
Okay.
And Joseph Patterson is the head of that movement.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Our how would I put it? I told him when we first started that he would have my support as long as the direction is aligned with Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
And if things change, I would have to remove myself from it, because I believe that every leader or every person that seeks representation must have empathy for the different people. If I see where we're not aligned on that, I don't want to be a part of that. So I remove myself from that, along with others, from the movement. And I don't really want to get into it, because, you know, people will understand who this person is and they will stand up for themselves. I'm not here to tear anybody down, but all I'm saying is that we have removed ourselves from the UIC and we are now up Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
And we come to decisions based on consensus among the council. There are a few people that are part of leadership. I speak on their behalf, my views, like the boys, my views alone. We have discussed issues in Jamaica and how best to serve our country, and I'm speaking on their behalf. Okay, so that's how it came about. The Up Jamaica came about. We first looked on all of the challenges we faced as a country: corruption, nepotism, the friend business. So we realized that our country is not benefiting because leadership is not based on meritocracy or whatever. It's just based on who you know. And that doesn't serve our country well, as I gave the example about the athlete sport. If the very best is not chosen based on their merit, then we're going to suffer as a nation for that. Now, why should we have a country that does the opposite? Not based on meritocracy, but based on brethren and political alliance. This is one of the things that has stifled our growth. So we looked at all of the challenges we had first before can overcome the different.
Mm-hmm.
We're at a stage in Jamaica now where the two political parties that did not cannot manage our country. And the evidence is there for every Jamaican to see. Every Jamaican knows that the PNP has failed us and the GMJ. Now, up Jamaica is also a result of our belief that why would we want to leave what we have to the next generation? I think that's a code in it. We know better. We are the one that bring them into this bedroom. We bring our kids into this country because so why would we leave it for them to fix this problem? It is our responsibility to fix this problem, brethren. You understand? We can't leave the dysfunction that we create. I want to leave it to our children who don't know half of what going on. So, brethren, we all have we take we know how wicked these people are.
Mm-hmm.
We know how wicked they are. Like I said, I'm blessed right now. They have all the benefits that I would as a elder. You know, I'm over 60, so they are from independence. So what me I say? I'm at the age right now where we don't really need all of this. There's a lot of work.
Yeah,
but I said to you before, as I said to you before, I do need it because it's a burden to me to look for something that is functional and not try to fix it.
Okay.
So we have identified the like-minded, and Jamaica is in the best position it has ever been in to have a third action, because the people that are signing my document to become a third political movement are GLT and PMP, because the man they make it more difficult for us to get registered. You can only get registered with people who are already registered home payment. GLT and PMP. So what does that tell you? It tells you that people are ready for change. And I believe, I strongly believe if they tell us we are supposedly independent and we can have fair elections, let's prove them wrong.
Right,
let's prove them right.
All right. So you're talking about getting the word out, right? And you just talk about the people who are a part of the movement, right? Can you enlighten us, you know, of the people who want to see also the age bracket? You know, it's mentioned that you are over 60. And one of the things with people always I say, boy, we don't find much young people show interest in the political system, because a lot of them believe that politicians fail them because them grew up and then hear their mother and their father talk about the same thing. And some of them can look and see them great-grandfather still sit down. Great-grandmother went through, them grandmother went through, their mother went through, and face the same challenges right now. And if you come here, somebody like you who is over 60, saying, I come, them are going to ask you, so what make you never do nothing in your younger time? Why you believe you have that strength 60? Where you did there from them time there? Them question they are going to come to you. How you going to reply to them?
Well, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you what went down. First of all, I told you that I was uprooted from my country by my parents to go to another country. I was underage when I was under their care at the time that I migrated.
Yeah.
And I spent most of my life trying to figure out a way to come back to Jamaica. When I got to a point where I was self-sufficient, I could build my house and pay it off, my obligations to my children and my grandchildren, I was able to come back, but I came back even when I came back to Jamaica. Okay. When I came back to Jamaica, I started contributing outside of the political. One of the first things that I did when I came here was there's a lot of dust. A dust problem in Manwell because of the bauxite companies. And started calling different radio stations. Al Jazeera came to my inviting me to speak on behalf of the Jamaican people in Parliament to all the heads of the bauxite companies, which has never been done before.
Yeah.
So activism for me was just out of seeing a problem and trying to fix it, which in the capacity in which I was, as a regular citizen, I got that done. The bauxite companies were forced to put sprinklers on a mud lake because of one man. And I do that. I wasn't with a political party or nothing. A one man in our parliament in front of all the heads of giving a presentation based on what I did and based on my due diligence on the issues with backside. Like I said, but I want to tell you something. If Al Jazeera was very instrumental in getting me before Parliament, because they came to my home and interviewed me because they saw the work I've been doing on the ground with the different radio stations, and he came up, and the man came to my house and interviewed me, and after that government heard about it, I also called for the head of NEPA to be fired. They will answer my call, and I went on multi-purpose. I told multi-purpose that the head of NEPA should be fired. The man find me in my yard. I said, boy, Mr. Cameron, come you want to come out and get fired? I said, if me that know, if me over here with a fire bridge because you know how do you work. Why am I? Is he
still the head of NEPA today, that individual?
I don't know. I don't know. Because them put a dust monitor in my that this was like 12 years ago when the backside was operational, and the dust wash was affecting my gully. But I could see what was going on down there with the dust going into these people's homes and all of that. So when I realized that NEPA wasn't doing anything about it, I started making calls all over to all the radio stations in this whole Jamaica thing.
So the whole thing.
And then I started a page called Jamaica Solutions Forum.
Yeah.
Which had me end up on CVM and TDJ talking about the different corruption and problems we have in our country. So my angle wasn't that really the political route. I got into the car. This brother come check me. This brother Paris come check me and say, "Yo, I like what you're doing. Can we do something together?" Well, into the political.
Well. Guess what?
Yeah,
this is what we always say. You know, you just said before you come to this point now, right? Political activism. You know what I mean? Some people don't understand what political activism really mean. You know what I mean? What you did pertaining to that backside dust, and by making your voice heard, that's political activism, you know, because this is something that is affecting a community. It is affecting people's health, right? And you couldn't sit by and allow it to continue. So you got involved, and by getting involved, you know, you realize that you get some attention, that you could, you know, go to Parliament and address that situation. So you single-handed with your voice, you know what I mean, make people pay attention. So that's, and when we say political activism at all time, you don't have to really align yourself to non-political party. You know, you can be and people responded to you of the move that you made. You understand? Play music and we talk and you know, so sip a little water or sip some cane juice or whatever you have on it. See? We soon come back. We soon come back.
Come on.
You are only one life to live. So your best shot, you've got to give.
Yes, yes, yes. We are on the community buzz and we're facing all kind of constraint every day. But in this life, our dues we have to pay. We are standing 10 feet tall. It's just a dub of 10 feet tall. That. Before we get back to Mark, I want to say to the people, you can text in, we don't know what is happening over Prime and we go over there and come like over the dead, but you know what I mean? But anyway, we are simulcasting on primal4k.com as well. And you people out there across the world, you can call 876-478-9144, 876-51-6668, right? And you can send in a voice note as well, any question that you want to ask Mark, whether you're in England, you're in the United States of America, whether you're, in South America, or whether you're in Europe or whether you're in Africa. We are talking politics, and politics is international business. What is happening in Africa, what is happening in Europe is affecting us. Even the war in Ukraine right now is affecting Jamaica and affecting the world. And the war that is going to take place in Africa more so is going to have a serious impact on African people, especially us who see ourselves as Pan-Africanists. So, Mark, this is the question. The quarter, what is the mission of this new movement? What difference, are differences that you're bringing to the table, to really make the people see something that them can work with and willing to support and be a part of?
Well, let me just wrap up a part that you mentioned before about age. I'm probably the oldest person in the group. There are lots of young people in the movement, half my age. When, like I said before, when we looked at the challenge that we had, we believe that the whole system needs to be its potential. Okay? We believe in a new constitution, a constitution without coercion by colonial forces, a constitution that is designed and put together by knowledge we have now about what's going on in our country. We believe that there should be an elected president, coalition between government, because right now, when I walk around, because the Prime Minister present the people, not a political political party. Okay? We believe that every MP should reside in the community in which that they serve. So like I say, if I drive on the road and I'm dropping a pothole and bust him spring, a resident bust him spring, the politician spring must broke too. He must be on the ground, understanding all the challenges of the constituency.
Mm-hmm.
These people operate like an occupying group. They live in Kingston and they go down to their constituency for work and go back home.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
No, they need to live and work with the people. Everybody that's representing our movement must live in the constituency. The institution. If you're representing of Jamaica, the people can remove you at will. Them about power to the people, it's power for them and none to the people. So, honestly, look on all the problems we have with the patrol them. But I spend 170,000 to fix my car because the patrol mash up my front end. I'm paying taxes and I'm not getting what.
Mm-hmm.
But back to my point as far as Up Jamaica. Up Jamaica believes in self-reliance. Up Jamaica believes that we have identified that once we are here on else that it's an ideal place for farming. We just have not transitioned sugarcane production into anything viable because it does not serve the government and their small group. Well, they're interested to import food into our country. They have the exclusives on that. They're importing things in tins that we can produce fresh every day.
We have other people who are listening on Primal 4K, you know. Gaddafi, DJ Gaddafi is saying, I am agreeing with much of what he says. That is you. Him say, how many constituencies will they cover? Meaning Up Jamaica. If you
okay, yeah, well, Up Jamaica is going to be okay. First of all, our focus at this point is on 40 seats where we believe that we're strong. No, it doesn't mean we're not going for all the seats because that is what we can only put off candidates forward what the people have presented to us.
Yes.
And those that are qualified because we have to start that are
what it takes to qualify. What it takes? What will it take to be a qualified representative?
Integrity and love.
Integrity is vague.
Integrity matters. That's very important.
They say, boy, all it needs for you to be a part of a movement is integrity. That's vague. Now,
not all. No, that's just one of many things. First of all, you have to have the respect of the people that are around you. You're the ones that know you more than I. And who you are and try to, because at the end of the day, you know, right? You can't fool some people sometimes, you know, but you can't fool.
You're forming a new movement. You know, you want to have a difference. This is something that we can dedicate our life and our service to, and especially real no say governance is very important, and they would want to is going to, you know, make a change for the betterment of themselves or them children and the next generation to come. You know what I mean? Our system you have within up Jamaica to scrutinize the people who are going to be a part of it. You know what I mean? That is something we really want to have some clarity on. And the next question.
Well, we are going through various means of investigation. I mean, within the law. We're not going on my bedroom. Information that you can get online or whatever, but it's really from the people around them, you know, because at the end of the day, the people are the ones that present them to us. And to see they're qualified to. You know, I'm not a person that, because a person can be educated and they're an educated fool. My uncle, when my grandfather died, he was only 6 years old.
Yeah.
He did basic school and dropped out as you know, back in them days, probably about second form. And the man is a multi-millionaire. I mean, just navigating Jamaica and the opportunities that were available to him. My grandparents were very, very poor. My grandfather was a sheriff in the Panama Canal, came back to Jamaica, had a property bought a property in St. Elizabeth. He was a tobacco farmer. And he died at 57 years old from an appendix ruptured, you know? So my parents on my mother's side, they grew up very, very poor. My mom used to talk about walking barefoot and all that kind of thing on Rockstone. So she understand all of that.
Yeah.
My uncle just being a story to my 2 and 3 truck and then became a JP. Never finished high school. Never so I'm saying to you that advantage of opportunity.
Interacting with people, right? Other people are interacting with. DJ Gaddafi again asking, where in East Portland, that's my home constituency. And he might ask the question, how is up Jamaica?
Hold on. How Jamaica going to do after the hear that direction?
Funded. How it is going to be funded? Where you're going to get money to really run the organization?
Well, we are going to make public our manifesto, our phone numbers, and all of that. We were focusing on getting everything right.
Oh.
Before we started, we could have come out earlier and talk about objects. Boy came out, you push it into because I'm just like out to the gate. Want to get us everything with the word out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But we finally got a bank account.
Mm-hmm.
We got all the different officers in place. We got the first part of our registration done.
Yeah.
As a non-profit.
Mm-hmm.
We so now we have a few more signatures to become a registered political. What's that?
How much more signature you need?
About 70 more.
70 more.
About 70 more. No question.
No, man, no, relax. Yeah, let's tell you. This one that come from Oria's daughter, sister out of England. See?
All right. When them supposedly free our ancestors for all the work that we did.
Yeah.
We got absolutely nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You take I and like you have donkey. I carry yam up a hill.
Yeah.
Because you have a yam business. See? Yam is no longer a viable option.
Mm-hmm.
What they did to that we are free.
Yeah.
Which absolve them of their responsibility. So as far as I'm concerned, we have paid our price in full.
Yeah. We believe that we pay our price in full. I mean, I said a question where that Horace the author asks is a serious question, you know, right? The property, remember the crown still see us as them property, you know, because of the Treaty of Madrid. See, if you observe that treaty, you realize that these territories
When I from my teeth got smiled. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
This land was stolen. The governor of Jamaica was Sir Henry Morgan. He was a pirate.
Mm-hmm.
My ancestors paid for 4. Them can't come to you and say, boy. And that is a conversation that they will have to have with the whole of with all the Jamaican people, because we are on the same page.
Yeah.
And we are going to make sure that we are that they understand that we're on the same page.
Yeah.
We are not with them. We are not with them, my brother. And I've died because of the brutality and the oppression. Look at the people in look at the Japanese in World War II who had to face all kinds of discrimination.
Yeah.
They got their money. They got their money.
Yeah, but
So
you see. Hold on.
Because we black, we not.
People in a recent America, and I'm saying, but you are a part of the change. You can make a contribution to make sure the constitution suit you. Where is your voice? So this is a question that the sister asks, and she asks it seriously. See, that is a monarch, and them know that. But what? How? The people not educated enough to deal with that. See how it is going to happen.
I did a presentation in Jamaica House 6 weeks ago on constitutional reform, myself and the Indian president, Peter Townsend.
Yeah.
And in going around, I've done interviews with people on the road, just talking about the constitution and a lot of them don't understand what the one of the guys or guiding principles, right? Is even so on a point to president.
The difference between a elected and appointed president. They have clarity on what that means.
No. I do that. I speak about it. It means.
And explain what appointed. Explain to people who are listening now what appointed presidency mean and elected. Explain.
An appointed president is a president that's appointed by the government. Okay. by the Senate or the MPs or the government or the Prime Minister.
Okay.
The Prime Minister might have, I don't know what the model is trying to do right now, but that is not what we want. So appointed is when they appoint a president, vote for that president. Like
the United States government, like where you vote for the president.
Yes, and others. They're not the one that do it.
Okay.
But but where it's not the party leader does not become prime minister with a different type of republic. We would like to replace the prime minister with a executive president.
Yeah.
The executive president now would he or she will appoint their cabinet, which will have to be validated by the elected Senate.
Okay.
So each cabinet position is based on meritocracy.
Okay.
You can't take a man who's a farmer and say, boy, but it gives the anywhere.
Okay.
If that person appoints will have to be validated by the elected Senate. We believe that all senators must be elected and not appointed by what's going on right now. Right now, the senators are interests. And you have to understand something that Jamaica needs to understand, that the GLP and PNP are one. There are duopoly governance. There's no ideological difference between the GLP and the PNP. Siaga.
Yeah.
They're the same right now.
True.
They're the same people.
Yeah, true. We agree with that. This is a question again from DJ Gaddafi. Is the plan to demand that the crown signed it over to us? You haven't said that because you want to find out, say, watch our eyes. Since we know said this a free land, and since we pay feet over and over, is it that we ancestors pay over 47 million pounds, right? And it's 2015, we clear off the final amount. Now that we pay off all of that, the piece of place here, a freeway, and we need to sign some document that it is no longer need full self-governance with no impact.
Well, I can answer that by saying this to you. On their truth, suppose the truth, they said we're independent. So right now, we're not talking to anybody since we're independent. What am I talking to you for? We're independent.
Yeah.
Why am I talking to you about nothing? You don't say we're free. You don't say we're independent. We're not paying nothing more, brethren. As a matter of fact, we are now suffering because of the mental anguish and what they put us through. You understand? It's not about repair for them. It's about taking what they can. So we are real repair. You know, if your mind is not in the right place, then you will not be successful. Okay. It has to be in the right place. You have to understand what is your rights as a Jamaican, what is your responsibility to your country, and what is the government's responsibility to you. And that involves education. Now, one of the things that we're going to embark on after the conference on Sunday is to do a tour around our country, an educational tour. Not to come vote for someone. Because I believe once people are educated and understand what they vote on, they will look at us as a viable option.
Yeah. So after the conference, sorry for cutting. After the conference in Sunday, right? What you are going to do? Prepare a manifesto.
The manifesto is already done.
Okay.
After a consultation with everybody across the island.
Okay.
Intellectuals and others.
Yeah.
Just to find out exactly what is the best fit to Jamaica based on ourselves that have plagued our country.
Mm-hmm.
We looked on ways to circumvent those problems by putting in processes in place.
Mm-hmm.
That, for instance, if a man coming out saying I represent up Jamaica, if you look for money for benefit of up Jamaica, you're not going to work for you.
Okay.
Because the first thing we put in the process in place is that, you cannot monetize your position in government.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot. And the benefit we have, 2 years of problems that we've had,
mm-hmm.
and the bright spots and the bad areas that we need to just leave alone.
Okay.
So we have the benefit in our brethren. We have the benefit of experience,
mm-hmm.
and looking on what's going on in our government that's not working out.
Yeah.
To make changes. For instance, we believe that vote buying is illegal.
Mm-hmm.
And you should be in jail for buying votes.
Okay.
And if you sell votes, you go to prison too.
Okay.
Because in the absence of democracy, real democracy, right, where you call it democracy, where every man gets a vote, that's not democratic. If you as a politician go and say, boy, I want to do this,
mm-hmm.
done.
Yeah.
You should be recalled. For instance, we were promised fixed election date by Andrew Holness. That's the first thing that him talk about, fixed election date,
Mm-hmm.
And he did it because Sister P bust a fast one on him when he was running at first.
Mm.
And I took my candidate down there, Joseph Patterson at the time. Yeah, have with the Jamaican people. We don't have the attitude of government where we think we know what we
are saying. Yes, when that's why we open the line that the people from the other media house, if you ask this question, he man said nothing is wrong with leaving another party, but when we need to know more. Some PMP are signing on to be a part of it. That's that was what you said earlier, don't it? Are in GLP too, who of the same are different.
Well, I mean, up Jamaica is about the foundation of our movement is based on a new constitution of the two political parties. We want a new constitution because we believe
that team apart are a part of that committee.
Yeah, I just told you that I made a presentation in our who's the head of the NDM, you know, Peter Townsend. He's a lawyer, and we through consultation we came up with what we want. Opposition movements, which is why we came together. When I called Haru from the Marcus political party and looked at his conference as the Indian brethren.
Okay.
So I said to them, take on the dual party because we need all that we can get.
So this is a people where I said this is
as one political movement because honestly thing. It will also show the Jamaican people that we are now, the worst case scenario is that we walk away with our own political movements. But if there's a rally for Marcus Garvey, but that is what's going to on Sunday.
Okay. All right. As a all of that finalized, or are you still trying to finalize?
Yeah, we have finalize, Carlos been enough respect to Carlos for that because he had the vision.
See,
The boy, I put the kind of mushroom with the hotel of all the different positions, uh, movements, maroon interests, everybody, environmental, everybody came on there.
Yeah.
He invited the English ambassador.
Who,
and the brother said,
who is Carlos? Tell the people who
we will not be there. But I don't think we've heard back from the American ambassador yet. But you know, we follow protocols, and those they're invited. But so far, we have the Cuban ambassador and the Venezuelan ambassadors. England, even decided that my contribution, even I'm trying to get consensus and move forward, you know.
Yeah, advertising up our, you know, you are going to do so. Yeah. So, well, that may I say, because if you're there on TVG and you're there on, we have your pan fit lead, do appear down there.
No, not that. Give the man my link. Give the man my link.
Yeah.
Because you are facilitating the upliftment of all our people.
Yeah.
So no respect for that still, you know.
Right now. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this if you don't know. Right now, 7,820 odd people are listening. Both from Prime Fed, ordinary right.
Said this to you. Right?
Yeah.
If we become a coalition government. First of all, we and all of the people. The person has mentioned Israel, and he's mentioned a worst case scenario. Okay, Israel supposed for dysfunctional and full of fools, because guess what? They're occupying land that is owned by the Palestinians. So there'll always be all of the problems in their situation.
Yeah.
Now, although we might coalition government, if we don't get all those seats in place,
yes,
eventually when but we have to do it for getting there to because I guess constituency to say that, but that's my fundamental belief. Because if you have qualified people in each constituency, and you have people that are going to present themselves how to make the country better, and the people vote or who can pay them for pay for vote. Not take. Radical change. When I spoke to the brother, the constitutional lawyer in the radical, but we believe in gradualism. So, Mr. Listener, you are an gradualism. We want change today. It's not kind of radical about it, and present by all Jamaicans. There's nothing radical about it. Yeah.
I know Dr. Lloyd Barnett you talk.
Yes, that's a person. Yeah, we had a little like you know, but let me tell you something, Mr.
Because we are down on the wire, I want you just remind the people the time of the meeting.
All right.
Yeah.
We're going to have we're going to have, of course, we love the music.
Yeah.
We're going to have some music.
Station manager says she want come, but she love pork. So you have to go have somebody for prep. What
I said,
yeah.
What I said was that Jamaica can exist and farming.
Yeah, man.
And what I'm going to cook, I will be provoked with the
yeah.
We'll have some drummers, we'll have some entertainment,
Yeah.
and best of all, best of all, we'll be among like-minded,
Think that not the people.
The location is that the conference center downtown Kingston.
Yes.
All right. All of that.
All right.
And it's a nice location where we can reason.
Yes.
We could go. Right now, I'm not really deal with the finance part of it because I like to spend when there's a need.
All right. Right.
Although some brethren are saying, boy, I'd go to collect money, so if you need things for deal, you can deal right away.
All right.
But I like